do you call it? Cup holder, really. I was going to grab a coffee and then come hang out with y'all. Stevie, what's going on? My dude, how are you? Ian, hello. Good morning, good morning. Go back to bed. Blow, blow. It's like 6 a.m. where you are. Holy shit. Bilbo, what time do you go? What time do you work? What time do you go into work? I'm good, chilling on Tuesday. Had to catch you early just to not miss you. I'm glad you did. Good morning, Tate. Good morning, John Drinks Water. What a great name. Hello, hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're able to share this broadcast and get more people in, by all means do. The more the merrier. We're broadcasting on the Haps app, as well as Facebook and Twitch and Twitter and YouTube. All over the place. 9 to 5. But what are you doing up at 6 a.m? Or 6:30 a.m? The hell, boy. You woke up goofing off on TikTok. I hear you. I say that, and I woke up at like 3 a.m. and played solitaire, listened to some music, and checked Facebook and Instagram and all that shit. Made the rounds. You know how it is. Look at your phone, see what time it is, see what the temperature is outside, what it's going to be today. Go check Facebook. Nope, no messages. Instagram, nope, no messages. TikTok, nah. Scroll. Ugh. Get tired of that real quick. Move on to something else. Bad habit, picking up phone in the morning. Yep, it's true. I understand. I get it. I mean, I can understand the, like, it's not so bad because, if you didn't have your phone, you'd be doing something like looking out the window or turning on the television or turning on the radio, or, I mean, you'd find some other way, like, I'm awake, what's going on in the world? So, I mean, it's not so bad. If I wake up and I play a little bit of music and play a couple rounds, like, I want to play solitaire right now, as a matter of fact. And now that I'm saying that, my brain's going, you know what? Listening to some music and playing solitaire in bed would be kind of nice right now. But which I may do later. I might do that after I talk to you guys, and then I'm gonna get something to eat. But that made me think. So I'm getting my coffee. I'm waiting in the drive-thru. No, I don't eat McDonald's anymore. You didn't hear about all this, but I don't eat anything else. I eat at one place. It's a Chinese restaurant. They open up at 11. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, when I'm not working, I try to get there at 11 a.m. when they open. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I go there after I get out of work about 5:30, 6 p.m. And I usually just check the weather and have Facebook and stuff alone, and leave Facebook and stuff alone for an hour or so after getting out. That's good. Yes, my entire diet consists of water, a couple pieces of chicken, and green beans and broccoli for the most part. Maybe an egg roll, maybe a couple cheese fried wontons. But it's basically more veggies than anything else on my plate, and some protein, a couple pieces of chicken. It's not chicken, it's really Calico Kitty. Well, it's fucking delicious, whatever it is. Chicken on a stick. I've dropped 70 pounds since December. Not really doing any exercising, just my regular routine, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, delivering pizzas. So I'm active 3 days out of the week. Not sick of the same food. No, I'm not. uh like I'll get a if I get I'll either have, if I want to treat myself, like yesterday I went to the movies, so I got myself a popcorn and a Mountain Dew. Today I'm not going to the movies, so I got myself a coffee, and I'm like, that's pretty much gonna be all it is for me. um I'm gonna see Batman tomorrow. Yesterday I saw Uncharted and the first 20 minutes of, well, probably like a half hour of a movie called Blacklight with Liam Neeson. I walked out. It was bleh. You going Friday? You're going Friday? Sweet. Yeah, I got tickets to see, I think it's 3 p.m. tomorrow. Chinese chicken is always good. I don't know what they do with it, but it's always good. And the Chinese can steam broccoli. All right. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, steamed broccoli is fucking great. I've been loving zero sugar Chobani Greek yogurt. It's only 60 calories and 11 grams of protein. Nice. I'm not really big on yogurt. I mean, not Greek yogurt especially. Greek yogurt's a little too. It's a little too thick for my taste. Like a little too sour cream for my taste. I need dip for my broccoli. I just can't. No, I love steamed broccoli. I could eat that all day long. Shrimp has helped me feel full and lose weight. Shrimp has so much protein. Um, I if I do drink soda for the most part, I would have the Mountain Dew Zero, that Spark, that raspberry lemonade is pretty good. But I would have like zero, uh, or like a Diet Dr Pepper or something like that. I don't drink a lot of soda. Coffee is the thing that's probably the worst thing in my diet right now. Isn't shrimp high in cholesterol? I don't. You know what? I don't know. It's shrimp, right? Like it's not bad. If you have a little bit of it. The main thing would be, like, there's this woman walking past me right now with a box of Crunch and Munch. So they're eating toffee popcorn. So I heard that too. I think it is moderation. Yeah, everything in moderation. Um uh like I said, steamed broccoli or green beans more than anything else in my diet. I mean, I can shit through a screen door, but whatever. I think my meds, something in my meds gives me diarrhea, but whatever. Um, that's such an old school. That's such a, like, that is something from my childhood. You shit through a screen door. Anyways, so I'm glad you showed up for that. Thank you. I was just craving cake yesterday and just went to town. I don't like chocolate. Candy, not that much. Like I've had this for the past couple months. It's raspberry duos. I mean, sorry, it's strawberry duos. Um, I like the raspberry ones. I'm not big on the strawberry ones, but it's the only thing they had. I've not been into chocolate. Haven't been into cake or cookies or anything like that. I just don't feel it anymore. If I did get a cookie, I'd probably get an oatmeal raisin cookie because those were my favorites. But no desire to eat anything. Um, they have ice cream and pastries and stuff like that at the Chinese restaurant. No. Although I say that, they do have the cheese fried wontons, which I do eat. So I guess that would be my pastry, right? It's just a savory pastry, not a sweet pastry. I mean, it's a little sweet, but anyways. Ginger snaps, nice. Um, but I think of all the things that I used to love, like cheesecake and all that shit. No, no. Like pie. I used to like pie, key lime or blueberry, or yeah, no. You join a pool company? No, this was actually, so I like orange shirts. Orange is my favorite color, and um, goat got me a couple of these T-shirts. He's like, here, so I wear them. I mean, if they didn't have a logo, that'd be great, but I don't know. It's a nice shirt. Yeah, but so as part of my routine today, like I said, I'm getting my coffee and I'm in the drive-through, and so I put on YouTube because I can hook my phone up right here onto that. I can't with Haps now because they can't do landscape; it can only do portrait, so I got to use a thing. I don't know why Haps went back on that, but whatever. They're designing a an app, and then suddenly go, nope, we're gonna make it totally different. So I don't know. This year was the first time I tried canned fishes. It's surprisingly healthy. Seems like a good van food. No freezer needed and doesn't take up much space. I would imagine that canned fish would have a lot of sodium in it, depending on the type that you eat. But now that I think of it, like a chunk tuna or something like that, like the solid, I would imagine it would stink. Well, it depends on what kind of fish. And I don't know. I'm not like, the only thing I could think of would be like tuna fish, like the albacore, the solid tuna. That I kind of dig, but it's either in water and then like to eat that out of a can. I could probably do it if I had to, but I'd need to mix something in with it, and then you have mayonnaise, which is eggs and fat, or you have vegetable or olive oil or whatever, which is still not good. Uh, or anchovies. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sardines. No, I mean, if you have a kitchen and you're mixing it in with other things as well, you're preparing it. I can understand how that would be good, but this is doing it this way with the Chinese restaurant. Like, it's hot and it's fresh. I go in, it's $10. I get, it's a buffet, so I could eat however much I want. I could eat a ton of veggies if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Usually one plate and I'm good. They do. I'm sure they do. They seat me. They know they're like, just one? Yep. Walk in. They go, water? Yes, please. So they know I just drink water. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Um, they have flavored vaccines, sealed bags with different kinds of tuna. What? Flavored vacuum sealed bags with different kinds of tuna. There you go. All right. Um, yeah, the Star Kissed and stuff like that. Yeah, they do have some. I've seen like ranch. Have had the ranch. I've had there's like buffalo style. Trying to think like a garlicky kind of one, a lemon garlic or something like that. I've tried a couple of them. But like when I go to the grocery store, I used to do that. I used to get like a big tin of greens, like salad greens. Um, would be a good snack to have on hand. Uh, that gets expensive though. Like I could easily spend $10 on a big tub of salad, basically. Although no other vegetables, just like the different dark green leafy veg. Um, I usually just have a snack pack. Love those. Uh, and some type of like it doesn't. It's the same amount of money. Sometimes I could spend like $16 easy just to get something to drink, and the greens, and some kind of protein, and maybe like a fruit, or another type of veg like carrot sticks or something like that. Um, Cheese, carrots, broccoli. Yeah, okay, that sounds good too. But um, Oh yeah, and I'd get like a thing of almonds or whatever. So you could spend like $16 just getting that at a grocery store, and it's like it doesn't really do the trick. It doesn't really fill me up. Or I could spend $10, go to the Chinese place. I don't have to do any dishes. I just sit down and I grab the food, sit down, have a nice meal, and I put my earbud in. I watch some videos on my phone, and it's hot, it's fresh. Uh, it's just super convenient. Um, and effective because like I said, apparently like I said, as long as I have, and steamed broccoli is so good. Like they have a hibachi, as a matter of fact, so they have in the back I could get like some broccoli and some zucchini and maybe a couple pieces of shrimp or a couple pieces of chicken or whatever, and I just tell them no sauce. So all they do is they use the oil or whatever on the hibachi, and just like cook everything up. So you could like I could just do that if I wanted to. I haven't needed to because they do chicken and broccoli or beef and broccoli. So I get like load up on the broccoli and not much sauce. I try to stay away from sauces and stuff. And they don't they don't seem to season their stuff a lot, which I'm fine with. Uh, um, but yeah, uh, it works. My cholesterol is down. You just have one big meal. Yeah. Uh, Middle of the day, one meal, and I just drink water the rest of the day. I might treat myself to a coffee at the beginning of the day, or might treat myself to a soda near the end of the day. Um, no, that's it. Just one meal. So I eat in the middle of the day, and then that pretty much does it for me. I don't deny myself anything. So if in the evening I'm like, if I get a soda, I might get like some Pringles. Like they have the reduced fat Pringles uh, down the road at the gas station. Maybe I'd get that. Intermittent fasting. That's right. I've gone 24 hours. I've gone 48 hours. I think the longest I've gone without was 55, 56, something like that hours. Um, I skip breaks and just have lunch and dinner. You skip breakfast, yeah. I think I've gone like 55 hours just because I got sick. Um, when I was up in Maine, I got sick with a stomach thing, and so I wasn't hungry. Um, and when I got over it, I just like, oh, I'm still not hungry. I just won't eat until I'm hungry. And like I said, I went like 55 hours. I had a stomach thing this weekend. I'm sorry to hear that. Halo Top ice cream has nightly treat for was my nightly treat for a long time. High protein and like 290 calories for a pint. I'm also lactose intolerant, so maybe that's the reason. Maybe the cheese fried wontons are also something that affect my stomach as well. Now that I think of it, um, so I don't really do ice cream that much. The last time I did ice cream was it might have been in December. Uh, I'd have a pint of what would it have been? It was something like super gunky. That's the word my mother uses, gunky, and like a treat, like a snack cake, or like a Danish, like a pastry or snack cake or something like that. My mom would call gunkies. Go get me a gunky. I love that word. Um, so that's what I would call it. My ice cream would be gunky. It would be. I think it was like ma my what would it be? I want to say everything but the Ben and Jerry's one that has brownie and cookie and a whole bunch of shit in it, like a whole bunch of different, just loaded up. I had it and I was miserable. Like the first two bites, you're like, oh, this is freaking great. But then immediately it was like, I don't my stomach. It's just hit or miss for me with that stuff. Oh, I like the ones with waffles in Rocky Road, but bad for chew. Agreed. There are some times where I could have, I could have a pint of butter pecan or trying to think, what other flavors do I like? Chunky Monkey was always a favorite of mine. Man, I love Chunky Monkey. That is so good. But I can never find it. They always have Cherry Garcia, but they hardly ever like they have fish food and Cherry Garcia, but they hardly ever have Chunky Monkey. And what's the other one? Chubby Hubby. Well, I don't like it, but that's the other one that I've seen a lot. But yeah, Cherry Garcia for days. Maybe it's because nobody buys the Cherry Garcia, so that's the one that I see. They don't have Chunky Monkey because everybody buys it. Maybe. I don't know. Mint chip. Mint chip? Chocolate chip, though. Maybe mint cookies and cream. Your favorite ice cream? Let me hear it. Oh wait, Tate told me her favorite ice cream. I just remembered I had that conversation with Tate, and she probably told me like several times already. Tate, what's your favorite ice cream? And she would tell me. I'm almost sure it's a simple one. Chocolate. Um, Butter pecan. Yeah, she's a butter pecan girl. Yeah, she is. Cookies and cream is good too. Yep. Butter pecan. Maple walnut. Oh man. I remember Ma and I could finish off a half gallon of maple walnut in no time. Is that the one? Is that the brick? Is that a half gallon? The bricks of uh yeah, because it'd be like 3 pints. I like a good vanilla. A proper vanilla, yes, like a French vanilla, like the vanilla bean kind of one, not the Caucasian flavored. Proper with the specs. There you go. Oh, you know what used to be cool back in the day? Back when I didn't have any facial hair, which was about 90 years ago. When I was a child, if I get vanilla, it has to be the vanilla bean. There you go. The one with the pepper in it. Oh, you know what? You know what? Hold on a second. Vanilla with black pepper? That would be, that actually sounds like that would be okay. Like, because I like savory. I like a little bit of savory. I don't, I would be interested in trying a black pepper ice cream for reals. Or like red pepper flake or something like that. Like something with a little bit of a bite to it. Ooh. Vanilla and cinnamon might not be terrible, right? Um, but back in the day, pepper gel. Oh yeah, right. Pepper jelly. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. The what I was going to say was Neapolitan. Just to get that out of there, just so I could finish my complete a friggin' thought. Neapolitan was pretty cool way back in the day. But pepper jelly ice cream, like I know that it makes me think of like the raspberry stuff. The what are the was Baskin Robbins used to have it. I think it was baseball nut. It was cashews and raspberry. Miss those loaf ice creams. Loaf ice creams. What? Um, Loaf ice creams. It looked like a loaf of bread, and you would cut it. Oh, sure. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Um, or like ice cream cakes or something like that. Or no, you're talking. No, I know what you're talking about. Um, yeah. It would have the chocolate shell or whatever on it. It would have the crunchy stuff. Dairy Queen always has those loaf ice cream ones. Yeah. You made me think of like when you said loaf ice creams. I started to think of those jelly rolls, and I'm like a jelly roll out of the freezer. I mean, I'm not super into the pastries and the cakes and stuff like that, but the memory of it sounds fantastic. Would I actually enjoy that? Probably not. Ma likes her pastries. Yes, that's probably the reason why I don't do pastries and snack cakes and stuff like that. Just because Ma pretty much made me made me loathe them. Yeah, the brownies and the breads and all that shit. Ugh. But go get a yeah. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. The gunkies. Go get a gunky, like a coffee cake or a bear claw or something like that. Man, growing up, I was probably 14 or 15. I would get a large Oreo Blizzard from Dairy Queen every day in the summer. Every day? 14 or 15? Yeah, that's when you're burning through. That's when you can't get enough energy. You can't get enough carbs. You can't get enough energy. You're just burning through those calories like crazy. That probably it's probably the reason why I'm fat at 49. Like it takes me, you know, although I say that, and my metabolism may have turned a corner, considering that I dropped 70 pounds in a few months. Like, you know, maybe, like I said, maybe I've turned a corner, but I can't eat more than a small anything ice cream. I would ride my bike probably 20 or 30 minutes. 20 or I would, let me try that again. Take two, action. I would ride my bike probably 20 or 30 miles a day running around town. Yep, same, same. Even into my later teens, like I didn't get my first car until I was around what 20, 19 or 20 or something like that. I mean, I bought my first car, but it was the most lemon of lemons, and it lasted me probably a couple months. Uh, and then I just didn't have the money to fix it. It broke down. I didn't have the money to fix it. Didn't matter what I would eat. I never gained weight. No, it wasn't a gremlin. It was a Mercury Bobcat, which is it's that's pretty much a gremlin. Different brand, but kind of the same thing. It was a lemon, but it was a beast though. I loved it. The I bought it off my friend Scott, and it it was really cool. I bought it off my friend Scott because uh, it he wanted to get a new car because it was a piece of shit, but it ran really well. It was just an older car. He wanted to get something newer, and it was rusty and all that shit. Like in high school, I want to say my junior year in high school. So yeah, I wouldn't have been 18. I would have been 16 or 17. Um, of course he was a Scot. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, it was his vehicle. It had a badass stereo in it. Um, the engine was like it was a beast, and it had rust in the floorboards, and it was like it was a piece of shit. But it was Scott's piece of shit, and it was the first vehicle that I ever drove myself, over 100 miles an hour. I got it up to about 110, I think it was. Um, for like a second. I just got it there and then brought it back down. It's on, on a straightaway. That was pretty much it. Um, so he ran it ragged, and then I bought it, and it lasted me like a couple months. So, but I don't remember how much I paid for it. It wasn't a hell of a lot. I think it was 300, $400, something like that. I can't remember. I got my money's worth out of it, I guess. But then the passenger door broke, so you'd have to roll down the window, and then the window didn't work, so you couldn't get through the passenger door unless you know opened it from the inside. And then the driver's door started screwing up. And I remember it turned out you couldn't, like, I brought it to a friend's house to park because I couldn't fix it. So I asked a friend, asked her parents, can I just park the car in their yard or in the backyard? And they're like, yeah, no problem. And I'll get to it when I can get to it, because I couldn't hold on to the car myself because my parents, their landlord, was an asshole, and he didn't want junk on his property. So I'm like, whatever, fine. I used I had it at my friend's house, because her dad was cool. Anyways, but I'm like, I'll fix it when I get the money together. I'll fix it. And I never got the money to fix it. Shit happened. My dad passed away, and a whole bunch. I graduated from high school. My dad passed away. Um, a bunch. My stepmother. Never mind. Anyways, but my my brothers tried to get the car, or no, they didn't try. They got the car, but I remember, um, when they went to get the car, you had to open up the back because you couldn't get in from either either of the doors, so you had to open up the back and crawl through the back in order to get into the. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. And by then, like, the whole bottom of the the floor of the driver's side was all rotted out, like Flintstones. Safety hazard. Oh, it was bad. Um, our safety feature, rather. That's how it wasn't a bug. It was a feature. That's how I'll consider it. Anti-theft device. Um, so how'd I jump on that? But yeah, riding bikes. I rode it. I went through a few 10 speeds. That was my mode of transportation in my teens, for the most part, was a 10 speed. I used to ride my bike a while. I was so proud of my legs back then. Like, I've always had a gut. I've always had moobs, but, like, being a big guy and being active back then, I knew that underneath the fat, I had a lot of muscle. Like, I was a big dude. I wasn't just like I wasn't just I was chunky, but I mean, and I still have, I'm still a big dude. I still have muscles and stuff, but obviously, but yeah, just yeah. Anyways, we won't get into that. Anywho, um, so what else is going on? But yeah, let's talk about Neapolitan ice cream. That was some good shit back in the day. I have fond memories. Nah, instead of talking about food. So we spoke about food. The going back even further, like I was talking today about watching YouTube in the drive-through, getting my coffee. I saw an ad. I don't know where these ads are being produced. I'm mildly curious about them. So they show these advertisements before videos of some sort of mafia game that all look like scams. All the games that they show look like scams. Like I don't know who would be interested in, like, I don't know who these ads are for. Someone would watch it and be like, "Oh, I want to play that game. I want to try it." Like, let's go. No, no. Um, and that's a phenomenon for me. Like the video game at the phone game advertisements. I'm so interested. Like, I wish they would do a documentary about those. Like, I want to know who makes those, because there is a certain production value. Like, it's the same guy doing the voice. No, no, no. Yes. Like that. Like, who is that guy? How much money is that guy making? The gold. I have to get it. I want to know who that guy is and how much money he makes off of those commercials. Oh man. And then the other ones would be the bad actors with the voiceovers that are just as bad. Like, they have a couple actors like, where did you get all those soldiers from? I'm going, like, the kick the other guy down because he's a level 1. Ha ha ha. I'm going to get you. You can't fight my army. That, like, it's bad actors with bad voiceover acting on top of that, with the weirdest accent. Like, I can't. It's awesome. Like, would I ever buy the game? Hell no. Like, the wall, so many warning signs, so many red flags. But I almost, like, every time I see it, I kind of want to watch the whole thing, but I'm like, no, it's a skip ad. I can't help it. I guess I'm like a skip ad. What a thing to have exist. Um, but yeah, the ones with the things you gotta pull, and then there's lava, and then there's the gems, and they always do it wrong. And which I think that's an interesting thing as well. That psychology of, we're gonna show you a game, and somebody's gonna be like ridiculously shitty at the game to make you mad and want to play the game and do it right, kind of thing. Like, that's interesting. That's an interesting strategy. Like, there are 3 pieces to the puzzle, and the guy's like, it's like the commercials of the you know person trying to wash. Do you have appliances that you have a blender and you're trying to wash the blender, so the person just dumps the blender in a big full sudsy sink or something like that. uh kind of that equivalent of, a person does not know how to life. Where did the soda go is a subreddit, I want to say, where people just don't know how to life. Like, that's the pretty much that mentality is like times 10 on those ads. Hey brother, what's going on? Anonymous Facebook user. Hey brother. Okay, who's that? Hey brother. I'm going to say it's James Baber or John. Is it Newfie? Or a person playing a real life game, but it's for a video game like tabletop puzzle. Yeah, right. Yes, exactly. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you doing? So anybody talking to me on Facebook, it comes up as anonymous Facebook user. So I can't see who that is that's commenting on Facebook. So just identify yourself for me, please, so I know. I'm gonna say it's gonna be not even close. Okay. Hey brother. Um hmm. Or maybe it's Ian. It might be Ian. Maybe I want to be anonymous. Maybe I want to be a anonymous. That's all right. Hey, Hulk Hogan. Hey, brother. What's going on, brother? What's up, my dude? Wouldn't that be amazing if Hulk Hogan was just like, I'm gonna get on Facebook, brother. I want to check out the Facebooks. Get on social media, brother. Gonna go visit my Hulkamaniacs. Um, but hi, how are you? What's going on? I'll throw out a left field one and I'll say Paul Hilton, just because the name popped into my head. Bubba Bear. Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Good. All right, sweet, 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 sweet. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm rambling about a whole bunch of random stuff. Um, yeah. So I it got me thinking with those advertisements, and I'm like, so you're on Facebook, and you know those videos, the ads that come on before the videos, and then it suddenly occurred to me, are there people that don't watch YouTube? Like, is that I'm sure there are. Like, I'm sure that there are some people that just don't watch it. That's fine. Um, like if you're 75 or whatever, maybe you don't. But I'm like, no, how many people don't watch YouTube? I've been thinking about joining HAPS. Oh, please do. Absolutely. You can broadcast even, but um, it's an all right app. I get out to out to everybody. Um, it's doable. It was better like before they changed it recently. I say recently. I don't know how long ago that was, but um, like it's serviceable for now. I'm not as behind it as I used to be. By the way, I'm not sure if you saw it, but I made a duo video of my asking my followers to follow you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. The previous version of HAPS that I was on, when I could go landscape, and I still like the fact that I can broadcast to Twitch and to Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff. I appreciate it. And I think I could add on TikTok. I could add on the other stuff. Um, I still appreciate that ability. I'm grateful that I get on here and talk to a lot of people. But this version is just honestly Periscope on the last 2 weeks. It was going to hell and showing nothing but pornography on Periscope. Yeah, I am grateful for Periscope. I'm glad that we had a good run. When I chat with new women on dating apps, one of my first questions is who their favorite YouTuber is. If they can name anyone, it's a good sign. True. Same here. I thought it brought. Uh, Same here. It brought me. It brought you to me. I appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. The fact that I used that app and ended up getting like 1,000 people, and it brought, not only did it bring you guys to me, but it let me bring Pam to you. Like, who would have thought that, what happened the past, you know who knew that when I got on the app. Yeah, I know, right? I miss her so much. Yeah. uh Let me form this sentence. Who knew that what would have happened in my life, and what happened to, like Pam, that whole thing. uh the fact that I got on Periscope, made so many friends, introduced you guys to Pam, and Pam got on, so Pam was on Periscope, and like through me, you guys got to know her, and then she was gone. Like, wow. Like, that is that is an amazing thing that occurred. And then my surviving her being gone with your help. Um, like, that's just a beyond expectation, beyond imagination, all that stuff. But do you have the old shows with her? No, I don't. No, and I kind of, I've, that's one of the things that, if I'd known, I would have saved a lot of them. Um, I don't really have anything of her other than some pictures. They exist somewhere still. Did she have cancer long? You've been through a lot. I have, certainly. I remember when she hated me on the camera, and I remember she kept saying, "Matt, make sure you don't show me." Oh yeah, she hated being on camera. No, I gotcha. I'm like, she never hated you, but yeah, she hated being on camera, and then all of a sudden, you guys worked her over. You guys, the love, and she knew exactly what I knew, and we all knew eventually that, I knew it from the start, that when she got on camera, you guys would fall in love with her just like I did, and then you guys did, and then she finally realized it, and then, yeah, forget about it. No, I got a few pictures of Pam. A few on my phone and a few like IRL. Um, that one right there, I got in the background there, is probably my favorite picture. The one of me with long hair, and her in her pigtails, and oh, what a woman. Mm. Honestly, I know she loved all of us because we were her bear cup, her peeps. Yep. Hashtag peeps. I think your YouTube has the cooking one. Yeah, let me grab it. If I can grab it. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. Hold on right quick. Very unflattering position for me, but it's worth it because I get to show off my girl. Oh, it's dusty. Ew. Ew. I need to do some cleaning. There's a layer of dust. Hold on. Oh, that's not so bad. That picture. Look at her. Screw that guy. Don't worry about that guy. But look at her. Oh. Oh. What a babe. What the babe. I remember when you guys took that picture of you having a mullet. I didn't have a mullet. She always had the best smile. Her smile. Yep. 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 I fell in love with that smile. Oh, I got more pictures. I do have more pictures. I forget it. So that's her with the shorter hair. Don't look at the other guy. That's her with the short hair. That was at a wedding. There's that guy again. Don't worry about him. There's her. Drop. Oh, sheet. A sheet. Oh. Honestly, Pam looked good in anything and out of anything. Oh, and in nothing. And then that is not Pam related, but me and my brothers and my mom. Ma! Yeah. Yeah, man, you and your brothers look so much alike. Almost like we're related. You'd think. Although, yeah, okay, let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to look at that guy. For every time I see the picture, for about 3 seconds, I miss that hair. What a douche. Man, what a douche. I miss that hair, and then I'm like, oh, then all of a sudden, woof, uh, flash forward. No, no, no. Love, love. I love having my hair the way it is now, perfectly fine. Yeah, for a while there, I had my hair uh, down to the small of my back. Why don't you grow it out for a memory of Pam? No, because I don't know if you can notice it or not. No, I guess I still have the same hairline, kind of. Yeah. Um, not quite a 5 head, 4.5 head. Um, no, 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 no. Now, okay, so I'm pretty sure you let me know, but I don't think I have. I still have a full head of hair, right? There was a little while, and I think I know the reason why. Give it to a cancer patient. No, no thanks. Here's perfectly fine. All right. Um, there was a little while that on the top of my head I had a bald spot, and I thought that, oh, here we go. I'm like, I was just waiting for it to happen. But no, the reason why it turned out during one summer. So that little buttony thing, um, I don't. I'm assuming it burned my hair. Like it caused a bald spot on my head, and I think it was from it being super hot, and it burned my it burned my hair. Because I wore the hat quite a lot over summer, and I think that's what happened. Because I didn't feel it rip out of my head, but yeah, I would go back and I'd be like, oh, there's no hair right there. That's weird. Just for a little while, I had a tiny bald spot, and then it just grew back, and I'm like, that's the only thing I could think of that might have been because it's right up there in the crown, right up there in that spot. By the way, how is your ma? Ma is good. I haven't spoken to her in like a month, but we talked briefly. Um she doesn't like her phone. She doesn't know how to work her phone. She keeps saying she's like and there's so many factors. She doesn't want to use social media. She doesn't know how to access her voicemail because it keeps messing up. She can't get into her voicemail. So I can leave messages and she'd be like, "Oh, she just gives up on it." She did that a lot when I was up there, where she just started like giving up on shit. Just though, like I, kind of like how I do it. We're related. Who would have thunk? Her attitude is kind of the just she probably has 5 years of it. Yeah, she probably has like a million of my voice messages, or no, the mailbox is probably full. That's it. Do you miss your house with the pool with your baby cats, and get the Chunky Duncan? Do I miss Chunky Duncan? Um, Not really. Like I've thought about it in many different ways. Like the the house was nice, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. Like I'm glad I appreciate where I am. Um, I miss Pam. Just to put it plain and simple, I miss Pam. I didn't need anything else. The house, the pool, the shed, like uh I can think of all the things that I had before, and I could live without all of it. But yeah, even the cats, like they were, you know, uh, everything paled in comparison to Pam. So, like, I loved the cats. Uh, I never considered them babies, like children, like Pam did or her mom did. Like I the whenever I think of the cats, I think of that moment. I know Pam is in heaven laughing her ass off. Yeah. Um, Thunder and Louie were amazing pets, and I do care about them, and they were like the best pets. Pain in the ass and cleaning up litter boxes and all that shit aside. Um, but whenever I think of them, I think of one of the worst moments that I mentioned on here before, being in a hospital room and talking about how I'm going. Do you know Union Avenue Books? I've heard of Union Avenue Books. Yeah, is that in Laconia? Yeah, yeah. The litter box is not always fun. There was a moment where her mom got so mad at me because the topic of conversation was what I was going to do with my life once Pam was gone. It's bad enough to be in a hospital room discussing that anyways, and something that we could have talked about without her mom in the room, but we were talking about it. And I mentioned Knoxville. Oh, it's in Knoxville. I'm sending them an order of stuff today. Oh, I'll have to look it up. No, I haven't. Union Avenue, I knew it was in Laconia, but I didn't know there's a Union Avenue in. I mean, I suppose there would be. Um, why not? Um, but when we were talking about what was going to happen to me, I'm like, okay, if we're having the conversation, then fine. And I said, uh, something about if I find a place that don't have that can't take pets, I just said it matter of factly. I would try to find some way of getting Thunder and Louie taken care of, like some place that would care for them. Find them a new home is what I said. I think I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember exactly what her mother said, which her mother was like, "You mean your babies that Pam cares about so much?" And then she just got so pissed off at me, and she's like, "How could you say something like that? I don't know what Pam sees in you." And she was just like super pissed. And it's like, Okay, first of all, it's none of your fucking business because I'm talking to Pam. I'm not talking to you. But I probably shouldn't talk about it at all. I shouldn't mention it at all, and I apologize for mentioning it. But um, it was one of those moments that, like, it broke my heart. I didn't want to talk about it in the first place, but we were talking about it, and I mentioned it, and it was just like a super bad moment where I felt like I wanted to die, and I'm just being honest. I remember I was trying to come to Florida and meet you, and I hate the stuff her mom said. Yeah, I like what was that one? Honestly, it's not really appropriate. Yeah. So, anyways, um, I as soon as I just said that just now, I kind of regret saying it. So, I shouldn't talk about it. But anyways, hi Matt, love you. Hi, love you. Who is that? Anonymous Facebook user. Hello. Um, but it's something that happened in my life. It's something that I dealt with. I like that was one of the most crushing things I've had said to me, and I just want to share the fact that, like, I remember after that heading down to the cafeteria in the hospital and sitting in a seat and thinking, I am ready to die. Like, I don't want to live anymore. I don't want, like, Pam's going, and I felt so low, like so enormously low, that I just sat there, and I can't remember all of it, but the place I was, that was the last place. Sitting in that spot, I was ready for that to be the last place that I'd ever be alive. Like, just so low that I didn't care about anything anymore. And I remember that her cousins found me eventually because they didn't know where I was. They were ready to leave. They came to visit and they were ready to leave, and I was staying at their place while visiting Pam. And I remember that her cousin talked me into following him. Like, let's talk about this at the house, because I was like, I was gonna die right there at the spot. I'm like, I didn't want to go anywhere. I don't care what happened to my life. It was just like whew. Hey Matt, do you still talk to Pam's family or not? I don't. I don't. Um, my relationship was with Pam and not with them. Uh, I think they fulfilled their obligation to Pam because um, Pam left me a couple things in her will, so they fulfilled their obligation as, what's the word, executor or whatever, of her estate, of her will. Um, did she get buried or cremated? No idea. No idea. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know any of that information. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I don't know about the house. I don't know about her, or anything else, her remains or anything like that. No idea. Um, and again, I'm sorry for bringing up. I'm sorry for discussing that further and talking about it, but it's something that happened in my life. I'm not going to deny that it happened in my life. Um, uh, although, yeah, I probably should, like, just let it go, but it's part of my history, and obviously, it's still. I mean, it still exists in my heart. But anyway, anyways, did you go to the funeral or no? No, no. Um, I spoke to Pam. I think it was a week or two. No, maybe. I went up, visited her. She got pretty bad. But I spent the week up there because we thought her time was coming soon. I want to say it was in August. Then I came back down to Florida, and she stayed up in Rhode Island. And we texted a little bit, but she was kind of incoherent. There were a few times where, a couple times she would call, and I wouldn't be able to understand anything that she was saying. I don't know if she was even aware that she was calling me. Sometimes she would text, and she would be incoherent on text as well. Like, she would send me something, and I'm like, I think she's trying to communicate with me, but um, didn't know. But yeah, she just um, a couple weeks went by after after a moment or two like that, where she just sent a jumble of stuff on text or whatever. Um, and a couple weeks later, I got the I got the call that she'd passed away. So, um, yeah. Um, but no, I was in Florida and dealing with my shit. So, so, um, but yeah, as far as the house and having all that stuff, getting back to that, as far as the house and the shed and the pool and Chunky Duncan and all that stuff, I really can't think of any of that stuff that I really would want, especially without Pam. If Pam wasn't there, none of that stuff was worth it. A lot of luxury, you know, great bed because Pam wanted a great bed, great furniture because Pam wanted comfortable furniture. She had her demands. I'm easy to please. She was tougher to please, but like, which I really, that was the thing that, like, I appreciate. Like, Pam wanted, Pam got, that kind of thing. Um, Honestly, I will give you a hug right now if I could. I appreciate that. I can still hear her laugh. Yep. Um, in just her being goofy and shit like that. Absolutely. Um, but no, that's the answer to my question. Anyways, I'm where I am. I'm grateful for where I am. The fact that I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and I am not. I don't possess that state of mind that I had. You know, there were a couple times in my life where I've given up, and I'm glad I didn't. And being on the other end of it, um, I will say the word grateful. I would say the word appreciative. I will say that because blessed or whatever. There's no other word I can use for it. If those words do the trick, I apologize for saying them over and over again, but that's the word that you use. You know. Yeah, I remember she laughed when I asked mistyped something, and she said, Ian, what are you talking about? Have you been drinking? Is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. So, um, Gav, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. I am. Thank you. I miss that so much. Yeah. Uh, but I mean, where I am right now is amazing. That I'm alive. I've lost weight. I'm in a better place in my mind. Um, Even like a couple years ago, uh, it like the fact that I can feel my passion coming back. I can feel hope coming back. Um, are things ideal? No, because of the pandemic, because of, you know, like, I've come to grips with a lot of stuff in my head. You actually look a lot better, and you look like you are more happy. Yeah, there are things that I've come to terms with in my life, which is important to me that I want to discuss. I never not want to discuss the things that I've learned and the things that I've come to terms with That's the only way I could really think of it to say it. Um, like the doubling down on the whole reality is perception thing. Um, and I would know the first time I met you, you were bald and had no facial hair. Oh yeah, yeah. Back when I shaved everything. Yikes. Back the what do you call it? Um, I got the job for it's not Boar's Head. What was the name of the place? It was working for Boar's Head, but that wasn't the name of the spot that I was working for. Doing the deli meats for the Publix around Ocala. Tom, what's going on, buddy? Matty Ice, hope you're doing well. I am, sir. How are you? Um, um, yeah, that was before she was diagnosed again. Like back when I took that picture of us, um, I would say that was like 3 years prior to when she got re-diagnosed. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, and then she went through chemo, and she went through. She had um, what's the word? Uh, Mastectomy, right? I think that's the word, a mastectomy, and a breast reduction, and she went into remission. And then, yeah, the 3 or 4 years later, she was re-diagnosed because she went to an oncologist annually after that. Then she was re-diagnosed, and then it was declared stage 4 metastatic. It was terminal. Um, that was that was pretty intense. She ended up laughing her ass off because at the word terminal, she thought that was the funniest thing she'd ever heard because Pam's sense of humor, whatever. Honestly, Matt, I can bring back if I could, I'll bring some couple of stories and a nice bottle of scotch. You and I can have scotch and cigar. I'm not really big on scotch, but I'll join you with a cigar. That was a bad day. Yeah. Um, she was a she was something else though. She was a different breed. That Pam, how she took it, and like how just she's a champ. Um, if she like how she handled it was a championship material. Like that's all I could say. Uh, whatever drink preference you had, yeah. I will get a coffee. I will get an iced coffee and a cigar, and yes, that'd be cool. Um, she hated that smell, that stogie. Yeah, but anywho, excuse me. What was I getting at with that as well? Let me scroll back a little bit and remember I was heading in a particular direction. The job that I had. Yeah, delivering meats and stuff. I shaved everything off. Oh yeah, so uh, well, I guess I nailed that. That's pretty much where I was going with it. Um, I never want to shave again. I never want to shave again. I don't know. I don't. I have a face that needs facial hair. I need my beard. I'll cut it down, and like hints of it will show. Like I don't want it any shorter than that. That's me. This is me from now on. Bare minimum. This I like though. I like the shagginess. Um, but no, like where I am right now, the way that I'm living my life, is how I want to live my life. And I couldn't see myself being any other way than where I am right now. Like, I am certain of it. Uh, and I've mentioned this before that, like, would I want someone else? Would I want another person in my life? Would I want someone to share this life with? It would have to be such a specific person, like a specific type of person. And I don't know if that type of person exists. Um, like, it's so difficult to get anywhere near Pam's level for me that I couldn't imagine the type of person that would want to be in my life. So one of the things that in my mindset has been, like I talk about reality perception and everything, one of the things that I've thought about is I'm probably not going to be with another woman. I'm not going to have kids. There's so many things that you think of what a life should be and a relationship should be, and like just it's never gonna reach that. Probably not gonna reach that. Really good chance. There's something in your head that says find someone, be with someone, have kids. Like that thing's sort of still in my brain, but it's like that's just it's not a bad thing to say that that's not going to happen. It's just the way life is. Um, you're going to stay where you're now working and living. Yeah. Um, yeah. I don't see myself being anywhere else. I mean, Knoxville is home for me now, and I have no desire to go anywhere else other than to travel. Um, because I love the idea of being in my van no matter where I am. My van is home, as opposed to an address is my home. Um, might be a self-fulfilling prophecy though. I'm saying is that I don't know. Uh, I'm not I'm not going to say when people are like maybe someday it might happen. I don't know. Just the fact that like it I don't think that self-fulfilling prophecy, like I am who I am how I am. If anyone comes, I'm not refusing the possibility that somebody might be there. But I'm not like trying to self-sabotage myself, you know? I don't think I have that sort of power that I can deny, that I can through my thoughts, I can will myself into not I don't buy that at all either. If I am me and I'm going to be me, and if somebody likes that, just food for thought. But I don't subscribe to that. Like I don't think it's a self-sabotage sort of thing. It's just it's not part of my reality right now. You know, I've never been one of those people that if you say it, it'll manifest. I don't know. I don't really subscribe to that. I'm me, and I'm going to be me, and that's the most important thing. Is that no matter who comes and goes in my life, I'm going to be with me. So I want to make sure that I'm in a good place. My brain's in a good place. If anyone finds this attractive, like I don't buy it, but I'm whatever. It's not about it's not me. I'm not my type. So there's nothing else I can say outside of that. If I'm somebody else's type, they need to tell me. That's nothing that I have any control over. I get it too, but your thoughts are important. Yeah, that's my point of view with me is I'm not my type. Uh, I'm a friend to myself, but that's not for me to think. That's not a place for my brain to be, like trying to mold myself into something that a woman of a certain type would enjoy. That's not for me to decide. Instead I will focus on what I can control and what I can do. Uh, I'm not um, I'm not concerned with kids. I'm not concerned with a mate. Like I said, the two things I'm concerned about in my life is my next van and Melvin. Like Melvin is more important to me than a woman at my side. Uh, so instead of thinking about what might happen or might not happen, I want to think about what I want to happen. And those are the two things that are important to me. No matter where I am, no matter what I do, I'm with me and I'm happy with me. That's a goal. And Melvin will be with me in our van, traveling around the United States. Being a hermit. Well, maybe hermit's not the right word, but who is Melvin? I'm behind the times. Okay, so I have researched a great deal about the type of home I want to have, and I have two main models in mind: the Chevy Express and the Nissan NV200S, which is what I possess right now, a new 0 miles version of this. So that's my home. Melvin is a Boston Terrier. I've researched Boston Terriers, and I know generally what they look like, how they behave. Um, they're good to have to travel. They're good pets to they're not super active. There's a lot of different traits that if I the my breed of dog, the type of dog that I want that would be suitable for me would be a Boston Terrier. And I know that I want to name my Boston Terrier Melvin. Um, Goals. I've seen the van, I've seen the dog, and I'm like, I'm pretty set in my ways that that's what I want. And the other day, I get a Great Dane would be perfect. No, vision board exactly. The other day, about when was the first time that I saw the dog? I don't remember the dog's name, but on one of my deliveries, um, uh, I was heading east, and there was a home that was back off a road, kind of a thing, way out of the way place. I went to that house and I delivered a pizza, and one of the dogs that she had was a large, like Boston Terriers are usually like this big, but this was like, uh, I'm trying to think, like it wasn't chunky. It was just like a bigger version of it. Was a Boston Terrier, but it wasn't the typical Boston Terrier. Boston Terriers, I could say, would be like a lap dog sort of a thing. This was a bit bigger. It was like, yeah, it's take two Boston Terriers and put them together, and but it was brown and white, which is not typical, and it was large, which is not typical. It was a gorgeous dog, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks like a Boston Terrier. And I asked the owner, she's like, yeah, it's a Boston Terrier. I'm like, sweet. So I managed to get they delivered they ordered probably 2 weeks later, and I was super excited because I'm like, I know this address. That's the address with the dog. So I got to visit the dog again. That was nice. Um, but yeah, a vision board. You're right. I can't see another person in my life, but I can see the van and I can see the dog. Melvin will happen. And isn't that weird though? Like to connect with an animal like that, where if I can't see where I'll be in the future. I can't. I didn't know what life was. I didn't know what I was going to do, and like I didn't have hope about a future, but I knew for certain the van and the dog. Weird. So plan to grab a new van and dog soon. I hope so. In the next 2 years, like I don't see anything happening special this year in 2022. I had plans a year ago, that I was going to start my travels in 2022, but the closer it got to 2022, the more I'm like, oh, I guess not. I guess I'm taking a year. Um, I think it's because I planned on working like more days during the week. Uh, the fact that I made the decision when I came back down from Maine that I was going to only work days. I was going to deliver pizza days. When my brother and I came down to get the RV, I pulled into the Domino's where I work, and I talked to the manager, and I'm like, I'm thinking of coming back. Do you think you'll have an availability? She's like, yeah, we could always use another driver. And I said, so she's like, when were you thinking of working? I'm like 4 days a week, opening shift. And she's like, oh yeah, we can get drivers all the time to work the night shift, but it's hard for us to get somebody to work the opening because it's not as busy, and everybody wants the money, so they all want to work the night shift, um, the dinner shift or whatever. Like, so I'm like, so do you think maybe a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like, oh, let's say, I said like a Tuesday or Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do you think that'd be a thing? And she's like, well, we have somebody that will work Monday through Thursday, but we don't have somebody that can open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We were just having floaters do that. So if I filled that spot, that'd be fantastic. And I'm like, oh, that's great. That's what I'll do then. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 to 5. Fantastic. Like I maybe wanted to work one more day because it'd be nice to work another morning, but I don't have to. That's perfectly fine. And it turns out I feel great being in that position where I have 4 days off during the week and I only work 3 days. I make good enough money. Domino's Pizza here in East Knoxville. Um, so yeah, uh, with my schedule though, I'm not able to accumulate money as much as quickly as I'd like to. But the fact that I'm doing it at all and I'm paying off my bills, I'm paying off a loan, I'm paying off a credit card, and you know, uh, so I have like a little bit of emergency uh, um, access to emergency money if anything should happen. Rainy, emergency. You know the word emergency. I don't need to explain that further. Um, but I don't have, I don't work enough where I could accumulate a nest egg necessarily. Uh, and I'm so I'm slowly trying to figure out, like, there's a big gap between the money I make and enough money to get a new van. Like, it's kind of pipe dream, but when I say the words out loud, I want to get a new vehicle. It's kind of like me saying I want to win the lottery, but I know that no, it's achievable to own a new vehicle. Like, people do it all the time. They have businesses that sell them a brand new cargo van. Like, it's not like it's a lot more common than winning the lottery. So, um, but I've never done it myself. You can work overtime. I can't though. What's going on, John? How you doing? I can't work overtime though because I can only work days. I can only, because I have night blindness, so it's very difficult when the sun goes down. You start to lose light. I can't see building numbers and mailbox numbers and shit, and it's tough to do that during the day anyways because people don't take care of their numbers on their houses or numbers on their mailbox and stuff. So it like the GPS helps most of it, but I don't feel comfortable. It's not safe for me to drive at night, so I can't work the PM shift where I could make a lot of money doing that if I wanted to. Like, it's not a lack of available hours type of thing. It's a what can I do? Um, how? Yeah, what can I do? What am I capable of accomplishing? So yeah, I can't really do the overtime thing unless I like make myself available to other stores, other um, locations which I kind of don't want to do because I like this area. Um, this seems to be the like I don't want to get used to another route and have to get rid, have to get used to those streets and the like apartment buildings, and you're starting to get into too many people for me to deal with. You can work till it gets dark. I do. I do. John, you didn't. I don't think you were a part of the earlier conversation. And what I was talking about earlier was that the only thing available was Friday, Saturday, Sunday during the day. People work. There are other people that work the hours Monday through Thursday, so those days weren't available. And if I can only work during the day, I work 10 to 5. Like what I have is what they got. So there's no additional hours that I can work. I can't do it because other people are scheduled. So um yeah, 10 to 5 is when they open to it's starting to get dark. So yeah. Um I don't even know if this is interesting to anybody, but it is what it is. Okay, so what else? I think I'm going to end this broadcast here. As a matter, can you work inside overtime? I suppose I could. I don't necessarily want to though, because I don't want to be like I'm. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could. That's something to think about. Have a good day. Just give me a one-winged dove. A one-winged dove. Just like a one-winged dove. I laugh at that every once in a while. Everyone that pops into my head every time. Well, when the song comes on, when the Stevie Nicks comes on, you can't not laugh at that. Yeah, I'm gonna end the broadcast here. I'm gonna go grab me something to eat. And what else do I have planned today? You know what I may do? If y'all are available, I might get back on in a little bit after I eat. It's like in about an hour, maybe ish. I might get back on here because I'm thinking about what I have to accomplish today. Like I have a thing at 5 p.m. I'm going over to a group that's doing a Dungeons and Dragons game, so I'm gonna meet them. Um, I met them through Facebook, through a Knoxville gamers group. Um, there were two things that I was interested in. One was a game at Sci-Fi City, which is a nerd shop up the road. Like every Tuesday, I think they do. Was it Tuesday or Thursday? No, they were every Thursday. Um, yeah, they were every Thursday, and another group that was every other Tuesday. But wait, that's not right either. Because I'm meeting them today. We're doing it today, March 1st. Weird. Wait, today's Tuesday. No, this isn't Wednesday yet. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Never mind. Okay, shit. I thought today was Wednesday. No, it's gonna be today at 5 every other Tuesday, and then I'm gonna go see Batman tomorrow, and then Thursday I didn't have plans. That was the okay. Never mind. Okay, so I'm sorry. I had to work it out in my head. I couldn't remember it. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that today and meet them for the first time. That's gonna be interesting. But the point is I got nothing to do until 4:30 ish, whatever, when I gotta get ready to go for that. And I don't really need to get ready. It just you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back on and we'll hang out for a little bit. If you're available, fantastic. I need to charge my phone too because I'm at 33%. But all right, I love you faces. Thanks very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense. Have a great day if I don't see you, but if you're available, keep the phone nearby. Get notified and hang out with me. Love ya!